Welcome to my channel, Custom Scrapbook Design by Christy Stubbs, and welcome to another installment of my Scrappin Saturday series. Today I have got a 2-page layout plan, and for this layout I am using Simple Stories, The Little Things still. We're going to try and work on finishing up this collection. I probably won't finish it today, but I might try and bring you another layout on Sunday and get this collection kind of used up, because if you've been watching or follow me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, you'll see all of the new collections that I've got in place. And boy, it was hard not to pull one of those new ones out and get started working on it. I'm so excited with everything new that I've gotten added to my website, so be sure to check that out. I do still have this collection. For this layout, we're going to do a 2-page spread, and I have already taken and sprayed this white cardstock with some of my Distress spray stain, and I used the scattered straw. And the reason I used this one is because it's what I had that was going to be close to mimicking the yellow. It's a little more orange, maybe more like those orange flowers on the inside, but that's okay. I kind of have a little bit of an idea what I want to do today. So I did spray those, and you'll see that here in a little bit. And I set those aside to dry, and I actually did those last night. So this is what I've got left of the collection. And for today's layout, I am going to take this piece here, and it is Always Remember, and it's got all the like words and phrases on it in the black and white. So for that, I am once again going to use my tearing tool, and we're going to tear off roughly 2 rows of the words is what I was wanting to be able to use. So we're going to just use the tearing tool for that. And we've got a nice thin little strip there. And then this one's already got a tear on it now. So we're just going to go ahead and go back in and cut right at the bottom of 2 rows up. Now these aren't going to measure exactly the same, and that's okay. So now I have a top and a bottom. And I'm going to go ahead and do another row, because we've got a 2-page spread, and I was thinking I'd do top and bottom on both, but I also have another idea, so I'm not positive I'll use these, but we'll go ahead and get them ready. If I can get a hold of that. All right. And we'll just tear that bottom one, and then we'll cut again. And we'll just go 2 rows up and cut and get our top row. That's how we decide to use that. And then, because I am going on the white, and these kind of have that white border on them, I think we're going to tear some black as well. And I did grab a sheet of the black, and we're just going to go ahead and tear some of this as well. So, and all I'm wanting is a small border to go underneath of that, so we don't necessarily have to even measure what we're going to use, because we'll just slide it right however far underneath that other sheet we need it to be. So we'll get 4 of those ready. And then we can trim these if we need to and get a straight line. All right, so essentially what I'm wanting is just that little border like so. And so I've cut that for top and bottom. And we're gonna border like so. Once those are lined up, and we'll hook all those together once we do the inking, because of course you do know I love to ink everything, but I just want to kind of give you a little bit of a visual of how this is gonna look. So something like that. And then I did grab this piece, and this piece is Enjoy Every Day, because I wanted to pull this black and white, and we're going to use that as well. So I'm going to cut this at 6 inches. We're going to see if that's going to be enough. In between, and I can see already I sprayed a little low on this one, but that's okay. It may end up that that comes down a little further, and then we'll put this in the center, and then we're going to use some of the tags from the tag sheet, and I think I had some of those cut, but I'm not sure where, so maybe I used them already. So we'll cut some of these, and then I'll show you what we're going to do with those as well. But I think to get started with our layout, we've got our 2, I'll cut the branding strip off this one, and then we've got our 2 pieces for our 2 bases. And I think we'll go ahead and get all of that inked, and then we'll be able to hook all of this down and start building the rest of our page off of that. So I'm going to need to ink these 4 and these 2, and then we can continue working from there. So I'm going to use my black ink today. We're going to use the Black Soot Distress ink. And I did just re-ink this. It's been sitting a couple days since I re-inked it, but we should be able to get a nice, fairly dark edge on there without much trouble. And I'm going to go all the way around. Okay, so we've got all that inked. Now let's go ahead and we're going to start with the bottom. We're going to go ahead and hook down the bottom. And I'm going to start by getting my black border on there so that I know how much room that's going to take. So we're going to hook that down first, and I've got just a smidgen of black sticking out right here, so I'm just going to trim that off, and then I'm going to go ahead and hook that down on the bottom there. I have 2 different ideas going through my head right now, so I don't know if they're both going to work on this one layout or if I'm going to just have an idea for the next one. So let's hook that down on the bottom. right, and let's go ahead and do the other bottom piece. Kind of got a mind of their own and kind of got a little wrinkled with the tearing. Might even go back when I'm all done and add some dabs of glue in a couple spots. I tend not to do that right away, only because I tend to like to tuck things and lots of times move them. So I want to be able to have that ability, and using glue does not always allow for that to happen. Before I put the top on, oh, I think I'm ready. We'll just go ahead and put the top on and we'll go with this plan and see what happens. So we'll do the top two pieces and get them in place, and I'm going to turn it upside down because it's easier for me to work. I'm going to pull that extra one out from under there so I don't mess that excuse me, mess that up. All right, I'm liking this. And then we're going to run this right in the middle. And I am not measuring, I'm kind of eyeballing this. And then we'll take our other top piece and get it hooked down. And then we'll put our middle piece down. All right, and I am gonna pull this piece in next to it, only because this is gonna be a 2-page spread, and so I do want them to somewhat line up. They don't have to be perfect. You know, they won't end up exactly next to each other for this, but as close as possible. And that looks pretty good like that. All right. Those are sure pretty colors. All right, so let's pull in some of the tags. And we may use the back side or this side. We're going to cut some of these apart. That'll be our starting point anyway. So we're going to cut that branding strip off. And then cut these tags apart and see which ones we want to use. There's a start, but let's get a few more. All right, let's take a look at those and see if we've got enough. We can always pull a few more if we need to. But we're going to take and go ahead and cut that angle off. Just kind of taking a peek to see what we've got for prints. Okay, so the idea that I had is to tuck a couple tags like so. Maybe layer a couple of them. Could use the polka dots on this one. And then so that would be the left side. We'll just overlap those a little bit and then take on the right side and tuck several this direction. I want to see if I've got something with more of a pattern, which here's a good darker pattern. This one might show up a little bit better. And just kind of match that, tuck in the 3 tags on that side. So let's see, what other, we could pull that green in or pull more of that pink in there. Let's cut these ones apart too and see which ones we want to use. And then next we'll just need to decide what size photos. I contemplated pulling some of my photos out to actually scrapbook this page myself, but once again, I feel like I'm short on time a lot lately when I'm doing this. I'm a little short on time, so we're just going to do a generic page to put the photos on later. So let's tuck that. Yeah, I like that there. And, okay. Well, this would be kind of cute this way direction as well. So we've got some tags left that we could, you know, add a full tag like there. This says love you lots. This one says love you so, and they're both yellow. We could use both of those. I've got a little corner that just slid right under there. Wants to stick, so we'll just leave it. Okay. So we could put tags in the opposite corners like that. But now let's figure out what size pictures we want to put in here. And I think it would be great to matte those photos in the black. I think that that would be a nice option to make that coordinate well with everything else that we've got going on. So let's see what size we've got left here. Once we cut that, That's 6 1/4. I think we're just going to go ahead and cut that at 6 1/4. We didn't have a ton left, so let's do a 4 by 6, at least one. And the photos don't have to stay within this range. We can make them overlap. I like that idea. And maybe we will, let's see, we've got 6 1/4 left. Let's do another 4 1/4 by 6 1/4. And then, okay, I lost just a little bit of video, but all I was doing was cutting some more photo mats. So I've got 2 4 by 6, so the mats are actually 4 1/4 by 6 1/4. And then I've got 1 3 by 4 so far. And so they measure 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. And I am cutting a couple more of those because I think we're going to go with that size for some of the extra photo mats. And let's see what we've got to fit here, and whether or not we want to line this one up evenly on both sides or if we want to kind of offset it. I kind of like that offset a little bit. And then it looks like maybe we should cut one more that measures the 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. And set those up something like that. Okay, I'm kind of liking that look, so let's go ahead and ink these 2 tags, and we'll grab some ribbon to put in them as well. I've got the hole punch here. We'll just get that set up and ready. And then let's ink those. And I'm going to ink the tops of all those other tags too. And we'll get those ready to go. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and punch the holes in these as well. and I am going to go grab some seam binding that coordinates with this. Okay, I grabbed a small assortment. I'm not sure if they're going to be too like primary color looking or not. I have not decided that. But for this full tag here, I do think that the green coordinates nicely with it. So let's go ahead and do that one. And when you're doing your seam binding, you want to be real careful not to pull all the way through the tag and end up ripping it, which is very easy to do. You could put a grommet on there if you want to, or an eyelet, I mean, if you want to do that, but I'm not going to for this particular instance. But I am going to go ahead and hook down this photo mat so that I know where I want that to be. And I'm just gonna try and keep it right inside that black and white. And then this is probably gonna go somewhere like so. And let's go ahead and do this one as well. And we're gonna just go ahead and use the green on that one too. And again, just be real gentle when you pull that through. That one's going to go up higher. So I think before I do very many more of these and get much more of a mess going, we're going to go ahead and hook some of this down. Get our photo mats in place anyway. And here we go. Lifting that back up. I got it just a tad bit crooked. There we go. And I think I got that first one further down than I maybe necessarily needed to go. So we're going to lift that up. There we go. Get this next 4x6 in place. And actually, I think we're going to change the direction of that photo mat as well. I think we might be a little crooked. I need to line it up on this line here. I kind of like the looks of that a little bit better. And actually, I think we might go in and change the direction of this one if I can get it up without causing much damage. I think we'll slide that one like so. Okay, now I may have messed up where we're going to slide tags in and out, but we'll work that out. Okay, so now we just need to add our seam binding to the remaining tags. We're gonna slide that. We're gonna have to lift that a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and hook this tag down too. All right, let's see. I'm gonna add some of this blue to this black and white one. Seems like a good one to put a pop of color on. I may have cut some of these a little short, but we'll make them work. All right, we're going to lift this up. Just line those up side by side. And then, okay, we may have missed a little bit of taping. My camera keeps shutting off for some reason. Actually, I think I need to delete a bunch of stuff to make more room on my camera, on my phone, because I just use got a little simple setup and just use my phone, but I think I'm running out of space. So I gotta pay attention and see if we shut off again. I've already shut off a couple times. Caught it the first time, but I didn't quite catch this next one. So all I'm doing is adding the ribbon to the last few tags so that we can tuck them down below. Okay, so rather than setting them clear over here, we're just going to kind of be a little bit offset, and that's okay. I think that'll still work. Tuck those. And I'm not pressing anything down tight because we need to fit that last tag underneath these two tags that I'm setting in place. In fact, we might even need to give that center piece a little lift, try and get it up. Like so, and then we're going to tuck this last one. It's so hard using all these tags. They're so darn cute, and I love all the little sayings on them. So it's sometimes hard to decide to use a bunch of these up. Okay, we're going to get that one tucked right about there. Then we're going to attach this one. Right up here. And then we're going to take a look at what we've got left for ephemera pieces and maybe some stickers, and just add just a little bit to finish this layout up. So this one was a fast and easy one. I'm really loving the different look with the spray behind there. So let's see what we've got. I think we might use these floral pieces. And we might just add those right along the top. And I'm gonna overlay the edge there and cut that extra off. And then I'm gonna go right behind that tag as well. And then we've got another one of those, and we're gonna use that on the other side. And on this side, going to have it coming off the edge just slightly, and I'll trim that off. And then we're going to tuck the rest of it behind that photo mat. Okay. Ooh, I like that. And then let's see what else we've got. I've got lots of florals. Some of the bigger florals here. And I think we're going to go ahead and use some of them as well. We'll use one of them right there. Fits perfectly. And then we'll pull this blue one here and set that there. One there. Add a butterfly. And I think we might be just about done. I'm going to pull the sticker sheet because I haven't taken a look at that. I've just pulled out of the sticker book. So let's see if there's anything else on here we want to add. And honestly, I really don't think so unless we just add a few more. Oh, that's part of the word there. I don't want that one. Maybe a couple of these little flowers just to kind of fill. And there's only a few. I really, honestly, think that that is all we need. So that is it for this Saturday's installment to my Scrappin' Saturday series. If you have not subscribed already, please subscribe to my channel. I'd appreciate it. Then you will be notified. Hit that bell. You'll get notified when I upload new content. And you can follow along with my Scrappin' Saturday series that way. All of the items used are available on my website. Be sure to check them out. I did just add Echo Park and Cartabella to my lineup. I've got tons of the new collections for fall and Christmas, so be sure to check all of those out. I appreciate all of your support. I hope you all find a little time to create today as well. Thank you so much for watching. Bye for now.